What's good, y'all? Benny here, and today we're taking a look at the Star Wars: The Black Series Mandalorian Luke Skywalker. Um, I got this guy from Amazon yesterday, and I've been pretty hyped for this figure because it's a brand new sculpt for the Return of the Jedi looking Luke Skywalker. And so let's take a look at the packaging really quickly. See, it says Star Wars: The Black Series right there. We have a digital render of Luke right there, because the plastic-free packaging, and plastic-free packaging murdered my family, and I hate it so much, and I don't care about it, honestly. um, it's just the trash running my figure. I don't care. But yeah, here we have a little, again, render, 5.7 inches. Here's another render, and then a description, and then some mural arts. Nothing. You don't care about that? Let's get to the figure. So, taking a look at Luke here. He looks pretty cool. I don't know what to say about the outfit, to be honest, because it's very plain, because, it's just his black Return of the Jedi, Jedi Knight type outfit. But it does look very nice. It's an all-new sculpt, which I'm very happy about, because that old Return of the Jedi Luke that they reused for that Endor one, that just did not work. That one's terrible. This one looks pretty cool. I really like it. I like the nice silver paint on the belt buckle there. And I don't know what else to say. The tunic here does have very nice details. And that's really about it for the outfit. And then getting to the head sculpt here. It does look pretty decent. It's not very close to Mark Hamill, but I've just accepted the fact that every figure company will not be able to get Mark Hamill's likeness, right? Yes, even the SH Figuarts Mandalorian Luke looks a bit off to me. I don't know. But it looks fine for a $25 action figure. It's a little bit shiny. It's not really noticeable on camera, but it's a little bit shiny, so I'll have to spray it with a matte spray. And I like the hair sculpt. Paint's pretty cool. And that's really about it for aesthetics, honestly. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that he does look very, very cool and very nice. Now getting into articulation, there is a double ball joint at the top of the neck and then a ball joint at the bottom of the neck. So he can look up to about right there. You can look down about that far. You can get some pretty nice tilt out of it and some swivel. The shoulders raise up to about right there. There are butterfly joints, which is very, very nice. And then they can rotate all around. Here's a single elbow, which comes up to a little bit past 90, which is pretty cool, and swivels. And then the right hand has an up and down hinge, and so does the left hand, which is very nice. And then for the torso, let me get the arms out. For the torso, there's a ball joint at the waist. You can crunch forward, not really all that much. You can arc back a little bit, get some tilt, and some swivel. The hips are on ball joints, and they can kick forward to about right there. I feel like the tunic kind of gets in the way. Can't really kick back all that much. Kick out to about right there. Thigh swivel. Single jointed knee, which comes up to a little bit past 90. And that also swivels. And there's actually a boot swivel here, which I had no knowledge of. They did a really good job hiding the articulation. So, thanks Hasbro for including this. And then the ankle hinges back to right there, hinges forward, and there's ankle rockers. So, very standard Black Series articulation, but it's still pretty nice articulation. You can get them in some nice poses, which I will show off later, I think. And that's really about it for articulation. Pretty nice articulation overall. Now getting into accessories, let's start off with his cloak, which is not very good, to be honest. I mean, it works. It's nice and soft, and you can put it on the figure. Let's just do that right now. This hood likes to get bunched up a lot. It's kind of a pain, but once you get it all assembled together, Oh my god. Yeah, like a lot of things like to get in the way when you try to put it back on. There we go. It looks fine with the hood down, I guess. But I don't know, it just doesn't seem very nice. If you try to put the hood up on his head, it looks it looks kind of whack, to be honest. I mean, I didn't really get it set up all that nicely. It's kind of all over the place. Now his face is completely covered. There we go. I don't know. It doesn't really look that great. I mean, you could probably cover it up, or not cover it up. You could probably fix it with the water trick. But I'm not doing all that because I'm not displaying Luke with the robes. But yeah, and I'm glad his robes do actually have this little like clasp thing that it shows on the package, because some people were scared that there would be a potential case of false advertising on the package, because his cloak looked like this on the package, while in the promotional pictures it didn't have this little thing right here. But yeah, glad it does. Anyways, let's just take this thing off because I don't like it. Yeah, so it's definitely a cloak. And then finally, here he is, his lightsaber, which does look very nice. Nice green blade. I like the paint apps on the hilt. It looks very nice. I like the dry brushing and all that. Looks very nice, and gold paint too. My only complaint about this lightsaber, to be honest, is this part right here. It's so like thin that like it likes to bend around a lot, and I get scared. But yeah, that's really about it though. And then the blade is removable, so you can put it on his belt with this little loop right here. It doesn't really fit the greatest though. It likes to fall out a lot, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to display him like that. You know, all Jedi need to have their lightsabers on, or with their blades out. So yeah, let's just put it in his hand, and yeah, there we go. He does look very cool holding the lightsaber. And let me just show you like a pose he can get into with this nice articulation of the lightsaber. So here's a very quick pose, just showing off the articulation with the lightsaber and all that. I know it's a very generic lightsaber stance pose, but it just feels so much more natural as opposed to the old figure. I mean, I don't have the old figure, but I'm sure that one feels like shit to pose, and this one just feels really nice to just mess around with. But yeah, that's really about it for this little pose thing. Let's get on to the size comparisons. So first off, here he is compared to some other Jedi figures. So we have his wave mate right there, the Black Series Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis, and then we have his father, the SH Figuarts Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. And yeah, looks pretty cool next to these guys. And yeah. And then here he is compared to some trooper figures. So here we have the Black Series Stormtrooper and the Black Series Dark Trooper, which I actually bought with Luke on Amazon. The Dark Trooper is like $13 because I managed to snag up that deal. I was planning on reviewing him, but he's been out for a while. Everybody has already reviewed him, so whatever. If you want my thoughts on the figure though, absolutely amazing. Go buy it if you can find it for under retail, because I don't know if he's worth the $30. But yeah, Luke looks pretty cool next to these guys, especially the Dark Trooper, because you know, it's amazing for recreating the scene where he's just slicing up all those Dark Troopers in the hallway. But yeah, that's really about it for this comparison. And then finally, here he is compared to the only other Luke figure I've ever had in my Black Series collection somehow. I don't know why, I just never bought any of the other Lukes. This is the only Luke I had on my shelf for a while, and this one was just not cutting it, because X-Wing Luke is not good by today's standards. But yeah, so this guy's definitely replacing X-Wing Luke. I don't know where I'm gonna put X-Wing Luke, probably on like a bottom shelf or something. But yeah, that's really about it for size comparisons. Now let's get to my final thoughts. So yeah, overall, I'd say this Luke figure is actually really good. Really like how smooth the articulation is. It's very nice to get into lightsaber poses, like dynamic poses and all that. Likeness isn't there, but again, no figure company will ever get Luke's likeness right. And the soft goods are not the greatest either. You can probably make them work with water, but again, I'm not displaying this video with the soft goods. And yeah, I just think he looks very nice overall, and he works very well if you don't have the Luke in your display. I understand if some people want to pass on this one though, because there is a proper Return of the Jedi one coming out later this year, I think. Yeah, that's really about it. See ya.